When did you start playing drums, and how did you get into the whole music scene?
Well, you know, I grew up in California, and I wasn't a very good surfer, you know. And I just started playing very young, you know. I put bands together and was jamming around, and moved to Hollywood in 1979. Moved up here to take my little spot in like what I thought was my destiny. And you know, I heard Black Sabbath, you know, and Deep Purple and Led Zeppelin, and it's just, how could you deny that? If you can imagine, think about pop culture and pop music and how that is now, sort of, well, Led Zeppelin was the popular band in those days. That was the band to go to. It wasn't Britney Spears, it was Led Zeppelin. So I was very, very fortunate and lucky that I was able to grow up in a time that was so much great music, from Pink Floyd to, you know, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, Sly and the Family Stone, you know, the list goes on and on.
So when did you build the studio here?
Well, I built the studio about 7-8 years ago.
So it's like a work in progress, or are you happy with the way it is now?
Well, I'm really happy now that I got my new TC stuff, because that's the one thing I felt I was missing. You know, for me, it's always been about feel and listening, not necessarily knowing what I'm doing sometimes, but just knowing that if I can go over and turn a knob instead of versus getting in a computer, it just doesn't feel the same to me. I've been really looking for more interesting sounds, and that's the reason I came to you guys, because I really want to push the envelope. So I'm trying to push myself a little bit more on this project, and I'm really excited about the vocal live stuff and the different reverbs and the delays and stuff I'm going to get into. I really want to saturate some stuff. One of the gigs that I respect the most is the mixing process, because that's the shit that makes the stuff colorful.
It is, and you know, mixing and remixing as well. You know, you hear some of the guys that were really good at that stuff as well. You know, totally changing songs around. Like, you know,
it's incredible. And you know, with the internet and everything, like you said, I really respect what you guys are doing with the tone print. I think that's really hip. You know, be able to go online and grab a sound, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. You know, in the old days, kids, they'd be like, "What is that?" You know, listen to a Jimi Hendrix album, tweaking their pedal to try to, you know, emulate that. And now it's just right there, man. I think that's fascinating. You know, and the thing about it is, it's like, oh, hey, man, I want to sound like such and such. Well, you're going to sound like it to a certain extent when you get the effect going, but then you got to learn how to play.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks so much for inviting us over here and showing your cool studio.
Cool.
And hopefully we'll get to hear a little bit of the TC gear on the new Diamond Baby album soon.
Yep.